First of all, then, why anything at all exists? This is the most profound question of philosophy. Why is there something rather than nothing? In his biography of the great Austrian philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein, Norman Malcolm reports that Wittgenstein said he sometimes had an experience which could best be described by saying that when I have it, I wonder at the existence of the world. I am then inclined to use such phrases as, how extraordinary that anything should exist, or how extraordinary that the world should exist. This mystery, which according to Aristotle lay at the very root of philosophy, is one which even thoughtful atheists cannot avoid. Derek Parfit, for example, agrees that no question is more sublime than why there is a universe, why there is anything rather than nothing. Now, experience teaches that premise 1 on your handout, everything that exists has an explanation of its existence, either in the necessity of its own nature or else in an external cause. This principle seems to me quite plausible, at least more so than its contradictory or its negation. Imagine that you were walking through the woods and you came across a translucent ball lying on the forest floor. You would find the claim quite bizarre that that ball just exists there inexplicably. And merely increasing the size of the ball, even until it becomes the size of the entire cosmos, would do nothing to eliminate the need for an explanation of its existence. According to this first principle, then, everything that exists is either one of two types. The first type is something that exists necessarily, by a necessity of its own nature. Examples? Well, many mathematicians believe that numbers, sets, and other abstract objects exist in this way. If such entities exist, they just exist necessarily, without any cause of their being. The other type is anything that has an external cause of its existence. Examples? Mountains, planets, galaxies, people. They have causes outside of themselves which explain why they exist. Now, it's obvious that premise 2, the universe, exists. It therefore follows logically that the universe has an explanation of its existence. So, what sort of explanation could the universe have? Well, it seems plausible that premise 3, if the universe has an explanation of its existence, that explanation is an external, transcendent, personal cause. Why? Because the cause of the universe must be greater than the universe. Think of what the universe is. All of space and time and its contents. So the cause of the universe must be beyond space and time. Therefore, it cannot be physical or material. Now, there are only two kinds of things that fit that description. Either abstract objects, like numbers, or else an intelligent mind. But abstract objects can't cause anything. That's part of the definition of what it means to be abstract. The number 7, for example, doesn't cause anything. Therefore, it follows that premise 4, the explanation of the universe, is an external, transcendent, personal cause. That is to say, there exists an unembodied mind which created the universe, which is what most people have traditionally meant by the word God. So it seems to me that this is a sound argument for thinking that the explanation of why anything exists, rather than nothing, is to be found in a personal, transcendent, unembodied mind, which is necessary in its existence and is the cause of the contingent universe.